Hi there, it's Jennifer, and today I am here to do a video that's kind of a challenge, I guess. And I was thinking about wanting to get back into using some of those things in my stash of beauty products that I have forgotten about, put on the back burner, whatever. But there are a lot of people on YouTube right now kind of talking about, let's just appreciate what we have. Let's not feel like we always have to just run out and get the next new thing, and then we accumulate more and more and more stuff. And some of the stuff goes bad and we don't use it. And so I was thinking about a few things that I could focus on. And the reason I called this Focus on 5 is because we are heading into the month of May, the 5th month of the year. And so I thought that I would focus in on 5 products that for one reason or another I have not been using. The goal is not to use them all up. The goal is to just focus back in on them and appreciate them for what they are, and maybe realize that I really like this and why haven't I been using it, or maybe realizing I don't like it and I'm going to get rid of it. So I just want to say before we get into this, I want to challenge all of you to kind of consider the same thing. Just focus in on 5 things you haven't been using. So, and do that for the month of May. So I'll go through my 5 things that I've picked out. The first is a foundation by CoverGirl. It is CoverGirl True Blend. And I got this in the shade number 2. I think it is about a shade too light for my skin. It just seems like, well, it's noticeably lighter than the one that I wear most of the time. This is a nice foundation. It actually is super, super light. I like to wear something with a little bit heavier coverage. This is it goes on really, really smoothly, and it's kind of thin. But it is a nice foundation, and I know why I stopped using it. Well, partly because it was probably a little too light for my skin, but also because I found my Lorac Natural Performance Foundation that I love so much, and so immediately fell in love with that and then just stopped using this. So during the month of May, I'm going to use this foundation every day, except if there's some thing where I need something that's really, if I'm going to something that's an all-day thing and I really need a foundation that stays on really well, because my other foundation I think does a better job than this. So I'm not going to use this exclusively, but most days I'm going to work on using this. I don't know how far I'll get through it, but you know. Okay, the next one I have is an eyelid primer. It's a perfectly fine eyelid primer. It's by Benefit. It's called Stay Don't Stray. The reason I stopped using it was because I got another eyelid primer in a BoxyCharm box last fall and fell in love with it. I really like this. There's nothing wrong with this. I just happened to find one I liked better. So I just sort of put this in the back of the medicine cabinet, and I haven't been using it. So I'm going to focus in the month of May on only using this eyelid primer. I have no idea how much is left in this, but I got this just a couple weeks before I discovered that other kind, so there's probably quite a bit in here. So there you go, that's number 2. The next one I'm going to focus in on using in the month of May is an eye concealer, and let's see, it's Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. It's called Eraser Dark Circles, and this is not, I use the concealer of this stuff, and I use it every day. I like it. This one is a highlighter, and yeah, it says it's a treatment concealer. I guess it's for dark circles, but it's really, really light. So I was always using it as a highlighter. I have the Tarina Tarantino Hyperlight under eye concealer or highlighter that I have been using that I really love, and so this has just gotten, you know, pushed aside. So this month I'm just going to use this. I'm going to set my Tarina Tarantino one aside and only use this. I doubt I'm going to get very far. It's got about this much in here right now, and so I doubt I'm going to get very far with this. And so what I will do when I'm at the end of May is I'm going to take this and retire it over to the little bag in my purse where I keep makeup for touch-ups. And the Tarina Tarantino thing is kind of long and everything, and it would be awkward to keep in my little makeup bag in my purse. So I'm just going to move this into my purse and use it for that. It's it's a good product and I don't want to throw it away. All right, the fourth thing is something I have had forever, like 5 years maybe. This is a Laura Geller, what do they call these, baked? It's like a, is it, well, see, it's broken. Let's see, what is it called? Blush and Brighten in Sun Swept is the color. And you know, those things, I don't know what they call them, it's baked something. So it's just a hard thing. This one actually, you can see here, has pink and brown swirls. So it's sort of a blush toner kind of thing. I love this. I've had it for a long time. I go through periods where I use it all the time. And then it just sort of got buried in the bottom of my makeup box. So I'm going to focus on using this with the broken lid. This will be really nice to use because this one, I think this foundation is a little too light. And so this will be a nice little bronzer sort of thing to be using along with that. The last thing is something that it's hard for me to believe I'm challenging myself to use this because this was one that distracted me from a lot of other things for a long time. And this is the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette. But this palette has, you know, it's really nice, but you can see that I've hit pan on a couple of these places. I even bought a single of this color so I could continue to use the palette. There's so many shades in here though, or several shades in here that have not hit pan, and I just want to focus on using those. So once this becomes an unusable palette, because so many of them are used up, then I'll get rid of this and I'll either go out and get another one of these, or maybe I'll just focus on some other palettes and then go back to this at another time and kind of treat myself to that. Yeah, after I've gotten away from it. I love this palette, have always loved this palette, but because I bought some other palettes, I got distracted and stopped using this. So those are my 5 things. I have my foundation, my primer, my concealer, a blush, and an eyeshadow palette. Now, to my viewers out there, I challenge you to pick 5 things to try to focus on in the month of May. And for those of you who have YouTube channels, we can turn this into a tag if you want. And so if you think this would be fun to do, I go ahead and tag you. Let me know if you decided to do the tag in the comments below. Just come back because I'd love to check that out. Specifically, I'm going to tag a couple of people on this if you decide to join me on this. And one would be Nikki at Nikki9S. And also I would challenge Beth at Gloss Galore, and also Terry, Terry Gigi. Terry, I know your life is crazy right now with moving, so if you can't do this, that's okay. But anyway, I'll link all of those wonderful ladies' channels below, and hopefully we can get people focused on the stuff they have and falling in love all over again with those things that we once loved. So I hope you guys are doing well. If you're not subscribed to my channel, just hit that button right there. YouTube will let you know when I upload new videos to this channel. Do a variety of things, not just makeup. So I hope you'll join me, and I hope I'll see you again on Busy Being Jen. Bye-bye.